Hi, I'm Coach Amber, and welcome to the MeetRx Success Story podcast. Today we have Heather with us, and she will be sharing her success story. Welcome, Heather.
Hi, thank you.
Absolutely. Okay, so Heather, what was going on in your life prior to a meat-based diet? Were you having any health issues? And what led you to a meat-based diet?
Yeah, I had a few issues. My biggest one was Mal-Didi-Barkemont syndrome. If you've never heard of it, you're not alone. Not many people have. Most people get it after being on a cruise. And it's like when you get off of a boat or a plane or something and you have that sensation that you're still on it for a while, that's basically what I have, but I've had it every day of my life since 2010. Mine was actually spontaneous. I've never been on a cruise. But it comes with a lot of brain fog. And then you have the constant sensation of like rocking, bobbing, or swaying. Walking sometimes is almost like walking on a trampoline. So yeah, I've had that since 2010. Also obesity. The highest I ever saw the scale was 238 pounds, although I was 219 when I first started carnivore. Every time I went to the doctor, my blood pressure was always running high, and I was told if we didn't get that down, then eventually I was going to have to be on medication. I had sciatic pain down my left leg, and I had a lot of joint pains in my knees and my hands. I had heartburn really frequently, and I always went back and forth between like constipation and diarrhea.
I find that really interesting about the cruise ship thing. I've been on a lot of cruises, and I'm like, maybe that's not such a bad thing. Kind of makes you feel like you're still on the cruise. No. Okay, so when you first started the meat-based diet, how did you implement it? Like, what did you include? What did you not include? What does a typical day look like? And did you have any transitional issues?
So I did want it to be very sustainable for me. I came from a sad diet of mainly eating fast food, and I really did want to be successful. So I realized that I couldn't just cut everything cold turkey at first and keep going. So I did a lot of like sugar-free condiments. I kept in sugar-free barbecue sauce, no sugar added ketchup, hot sauce, mustard, all the spice blends that, as long as it didn't have sugar in it, sour cream, cream cheese. So I just made it very tasty until, I learned to start liking the taste of just the meat.
And did you have any transitional issues? Did you have any trouble, any fatigue, any like digestive issues?
I had some fatigue at first. I definitely had digestive issues. I had diarrhea for probably about 2 months. Thankfully, at the time, I was working night shift and I was the only one that had to use that particular bathroom. So I didn't really run into any issues with that. I was able to just ride that out. But I never got like the oxalate dumping or some of the other stuff that people have talked about.
I think digestive issues are probably the most common that
Mm-hmm.
I hear. So you're definitely not alone in that area. Okay, so now here's the best part. Let's hear about how things you talked about in the first question have improved. How has the quality of your life changed?
Mm-hmm. So for the Mal-Didi-Barkemont syndrome, that those sensations, almost every day, my symptoms level were like between a 6 and an 8. So I just felt like I was on like stormy seas all day, every day. And it's brought my levels down to like a 1 to a 3 on any given day. So it's very mild. It's still there, but it's not as prevalent. And it completely knocked out the brain fog, which has been nice because I used to just forget things at work or wherever all the time. And that doesn't happen so much anymore. My blood pressure has been great. I actually have a blood pressure cuff at home and check that out every once in a while. It's always within normal limits. No digestive issues. Everything's normal, fine. And I haven't, unless I like overwork out, I don't have any pains anymore. I haven't had sciatic pain in a good year. All my joints are always feeling good. I do CrossFit sometimes, and I don't have any issues now. So it's been
That's
fabulous.
awesome. What about the acid reflux?
No heartburn ever. That probably stopped like within the first or second month within starting. I don't ever have it anymore.
That's awesome. Okay, one last question for you since you are a MeatRx member. Can you tell us a little bit of what you think you get out of being a member? What have you found that has been very helpful to you?
I think it's been valuable having like the YouTube videos to look back on. You can get a lot of information. It's always good to hear from veterans and get their insight on things. Um, I like all the success stories. That is definitely a great motivator, you know, because sometimes the motivation's lacking and that always helps pick you right back up.
I love that. And I could not agree with you more. And that's why I like to do what I do, because I do think it's so incredibly important and so inspiring. And Heather, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Thank you.
Absolutely. And you have a wonderful day. Bye, Heather.